Hi Ponce, Oceana here with G3 Agency with your free website audit for Fobras Landscaping in Illinois. In this free website audit provided by G3 Agency, I'm going to show you 3 to 4 things that you can do to get Fobras Landscaping in front of the people who are searching for landscaping services in the greater Chicago area. Like I said on the phone, I don't expect anything in return for this video. I am really trying to positively affect as many locally owned businesses as I can. So I'm using my professional skills. But of course, you can think of this as a business card with oomph if you would like any help with this stuff. And by the way, I want you to be able to just go and do this stuff on your own. This is going to be a 15-minute video because I really try to put as much info in here as possible so you can take action and do these things. But if you are interested in my help, we can absolutely talk about, your goals and my business and see if a partnership makes sense. But here we go. So the first thing I want to say about your website, it is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I look at websites all day long. That's my job, and I rarely see a website this pretty that I didn't build myself. So well done on that. I would add a big phone number right here and make it click to call so that someone on their phone can click on that number and call you right up. And then I would also add more content or words to your home page. Google really likes content. It really likes lots of words about what you do, how you do it, who you do it for, where you do it, all those kinds of things. And that will help Google show you at the top of their results, which will help you get a lot more business. And then if I go over to your gallery, which by the way, your work here is just really beautiful. Honestly, it inspired me. It's got me thinking about what I want to do with my property someday when I have one. Beautiful work. So if I right click on this image and I click Save Image As, I can see this image was saved as Fobras Driveway and Patios 1. So that's not very helpful. What you want to do is actually take these images and save them again, but this time save them as specific phrases that people are actually typing into Google when they're looking for your services and they're in Chicago. And I'll show you how to find those words and then also show you a few that you might be wanting to use on your site in a moment. But first, this is Ahrefs. It's a tool I use to get a really good look into how a website's performing, because in my world, it's one thing for a website to look pretty. That's nice. But Google doesn't really care about how pretty a website is. Google cares about other things, like the information on your page, how you save your images, and how fast your site loads, those kinds of things. So this here, your UR and your DR score are very low. And what these tell me is that Google doesn't think that you're very trustworthy. A high score here means a lot of trust with Google, and this is a very low score. So how we raise this and ultimately end up higher in the Google results pages to get seen by more customers is through backlinks and referring domains. So a backlink is any link that goes from another website back to yours, and a referring domain is any site that has at least one of those links on there. And I can see you have one referring domain, so one website out there pointing to your site a total of 1 time. And I can actually see what site that is by clicking here, and it is thebuildermarket.com. Their DR score right here, so the trustworthiness score is 50, and that's out of 100, and that's actually pretty good. So I say go find more links like this, and you'll be off to a good start. Okay, so over here we have some words that you might like, and how I found them is I used the Keyword Explorer on this Ahrefs tool and put in Chicago, and then I added a few words, paver, pavers, hardscape. This, because of the asterisks, this can be hardscapers or hardscaping. Same with landscaping, landscapers. and that way it'll show me lots of ideas for keywords. And there are 4 things that I like to pay attention to when I'm looking at a keyword, and that is something that you do, somewhere that you do it, low KD, and high volume, and I'll explain all those. So something that you do, obviously you want to show up in front of people that are looking for landscaping, not ice cream cones, so something you do. And then the area that you do it is important because there may be lots of people looking for landscaping, but you want to make sure that you show up in front of the people that are actually close enough to you that you can help them, because somebody looking for landscaping in New York or in California is just not, you're not going to be able to help them with that, right? So that's why it's important that it have Chicago or one of the other smaller cities. I focused on Chicago for this video because it's got a big population. And then we have keyword difficulty. So that's what KD stands for. Basically, this is on a scale from 0 to 100. How difficult does Ahrefs think, this tool Ahrefs, think it would be to get to the first page of Google? Now, usually 12 is a little beyond what I like to go for, but it's got such a high volume that it's worth it, I think. And the thing is, 12 is not extremely high. It's totally doable. But we really like to go after ones with smaller KD than that, because it just means that you're going to show up at the top of Google faster. If you're doing what you need to do to show up there, it's just going to happen quicker. Now, even down here with this one, Chicago pavers, it's got a keyword difficulty of 1. You would think that's going to happen super fast, but it's not going to happen overnight. This is still going to take some time, because what you're doing is building trust with Google, and Google takes a little time to get to know you and decide it trusts you. This would be a good one to go after if you are interested in doing just paver jobs, or some jobs that are just pavers. This would be a good one to include on your site, save some images as, and make sure that they're included in your backlinks. And so you've got, and then we have volume. So this is 1.1 thousand people. So 1,100 people are typing exactly this into Google each month, landscaping Chicago. If this was landscapers Chicago, it would be a completely different set of words, and this would not be, that wouldn't be included in here. So it's very specific. And then you have, Chicago landscape I didn't include because I think that might be looking for like a painting or something, but Chicago landscaper, that's definitely you, right? 350 people are searching for that each month, and it's got a keyword difficulty of 6, so that's a really good one to go after too. So if we go into Google and we type in landscaping Chicago, like over 1,000 people do each month, this is what we see. So we've got the map pack, and how you get up into the map pack, I'll tell you just real fast. What you want to do is make sure that your Google My Business listing is accurate, specifically your name, address, and phone number. And you're going to take that same information and put it onto different directories like Yelp, Yext, CityStar, White Pages, Yellow Pages, Facebook, these different directories. And what that's going to do is it's going to prove to Google over and over again that you really are a real business and that you do serve that area. That's going to help build that trust with Google, like I was talking about. But with this particular way to do that, it's going to help you get up here into the map pack, which is very helpful, and you can see people will go straight to your website. And then down here we have the organic results. So this link right here is the first organic result on this page, and it will get about 30% of all the clicks. So of those 1,000 people, over 300 will likely click on this link right here. And this one gets about 20%, so about 200 people will click on this one right here. And so this one is Yelp. So I'm not gonna compare you to Yelp because it's a little bit different. But these guys right here are a local competition of yours, so I can absolutely compare you to them. So this is their site here, And now I'm looking at this and I'm going, what is it that they're doing right? What is it we can copy and do just like them so we can be up there with them? But then also, what is it that we can do better than them so we can surpass them, and then maybe even surpass that Yelp listing as well, right? So first off, content. Do they have a lot of words like Google likes? They have some words, but not a lot, so we could definitely outdo them in that aspect. And then if I right click on an image, click Save Image As, oh, it's not looking like I can do that here. Maybe one of these. If I right click, Save Image As, there we go. Yeah, they're not taking advantage of that, I can tell you right now. That's a string of numbers. That's definitely not a keyword. So there's another way we can get ahead. And then right here, if I throw them into Ahrefs, this tool that I have, I can see some interesting things. So their UR score is quite high, which means they're working very hard at being seen on this page, their home page, but their DR score is very low. So this is for this exact page, and this is for their entire website as a whole. And you see this imbalance of big number, little number. So that's causing a problem actually, and it causes a weak spot for them. So if we can get our DR score a bit higher than theirs, we don't really have to beat out this page so much. And they're just putting way too much power into this one page, their home page, and not doing that same work for their other pages, so they don't have a very good foundation. So then we can also go over here. This is actually really fun. I can go over to organic keywords and see what keywords they're showing up for, see if I want to show up for any of these as well. But like I said, so like patch landscaping here, I think that patch is their name, so that's not a good example. Ooh, here's one that's interesting. I don't know if you do snow removal, but it's got 400 volume on average each month, so that probably means in the winter months it's more like 800, and in the summer months it's more like 0, right? But yeah, it's got a low KD, so you could focus on that one too if you do that. Let's see, landscaping Chicago, that's a good one. Trying to find one that's a good example of a bad example. But they've done a really good job here. So basically, just want to make sure that when you're looking for new keywords, that it has something that you do, somewhere that you do it, high volume and low KD. Those are very important. Okay, so that's it for me. This is my information to get a hold of me. Please feel free to reach out. I hope that this comes in handy. I really appreciate you watching it. And I hope you have a wonderful day.